Hey guys, it's Sarah here for another Movement Monday. I hope you guys had an awesome long weekend and are ready to get back after it this week. So for this week, I wanted to go through a really great core but also total body exercise. Combines a couple of the movements that we've done thus far, and put all together will be the Turkish get up today. So starting off, we're just going to take it nice and slow, step by step, without any weight. At some point you could add a weight, but the point of this exercise is to take it slow and controlled as you move from the floor all the way up to standing, and then same thing on the way back down. So we're going to start off on the floor, and I invite you to try this out with me as we take it step by step and kind of get the range of motion into your body first before you add any kind of weight, which I will demo at the end. You could add a dumbbell or a kettlebell. So we're going to take it down to the floor to get started. You're going to start with one leg long, and then the other leg is going to be bent. We're going to be down on our backs. The same side as that bent leg is going to be the arm that would be eventually holding the weight, but for the purposes of getting the range of motion down, we're just going to pretend. So we're just going to extend it straight up towards the ceiling. I have my left arm and my left knee up, and then my right leg is out long. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use our core. We're going to come up in a crunch to come up to our elbow. So this arm starts out nice and long right here. I'm going to exhale and bring it up into a crunch to meet my elbow here. That arm stays long, so we're coming right up to there, and then see I extended my shoulder up as we go there. Now a couple things that I want you to think about with this one. As we are here, you're not sinking into this shoulder, but rather we're using our core and our shoulders to stay nice and long and to keep broad collarbones. And then we're also using this arm to kind of support us as we move to step 2, which is going to be pretty similar range of motion, but we're going to come from our elbow up onto our hand. This arm stays long towards the ceiling. So same thing, big exhale. We're using the core to sit us up nice and tall. For this one, you're going to find a really long spine, so we're not rounding out through the lower spine. Same as before, we're not hunching into this shoulder, but we're keeping the shoulders and the collarbones broad, and then we're also keeping this arm extended up towards the ceiling. Now from here, we bring in our legs a little bit, we bring in our glutes a little bit, and we bring in our core. So I'm going to use this arm as support and this leg as support as I lift my hips up. So from this position, I'm going to take a little pressure into the foot and the hand, and the hips are going to come up almost into a glute bridge. So this arm has the weight in it, it's staying up nice and tall, the hips come up to give us some space. Now from here is where we're going to use our core, and we're going to move this foot in behind us. So as those hips are lifted, we're pulling this foot in, we're grounding that knee right here, and then we're still on this grounded arm, and this arm is still up. Now from this position, we're going to come up to tall on this knee and turn this foot so that it's back, facing the back of our mat. So again, using my core and that arm to push up, I'm up tall, and then I turn this foot off so that it's stable right behind me rather than at that angle that it was at when we put it through. From here, we've gone through our lunge already in our Movement Mondays, so this is just kind of a lunge variation. We're coming all the way up from the floor. We're pushing through the whole bottom of this foot, extending up, strong core, up to standing. From here, all we have to do is take it back down so the weight still stays up nice and tall. We keep our nice strong core. We're taking it all the way down to that knee. So we're just reversing it. That knee comes down nice and controlled. From here, we then do the opposite. We turn that foot out to that angle and bring that hand down. So this turns out, and nice and controlled, we come down to here so you're not landing on the wrist super hard. From this position, we're taking it out to that extended bridge. So this foot is going to come through, it's going to be long in front, and we're going to keep those hips high. So we're still engaging that core all the way through. From here, nice and soft, nice and controlled, we're using our core to lower us to the ground. We're bringing it down to that elbow, and then all the way back down. So I'm going to switch sides here and move a little bit faster, and then I'll add the weight for a round, moving a little bit faster, but still, like I said, mindfully. So now my right knee is bent, my right arm is up. We're going to start with that exhale to bring us up to the elbow. So this arm stays tall. We're coming up to that elbow. We're using our core. We're not hunching into that shoulder. From here, we come up to that hand, so still nice and tall. We're using the hand and this standing foot to lift those hips to make that space. This foot then comes through and the knee plants. Next big exhale brings us up to nice and tall. We circle that foot around for our stability, and then coming up to tall with our lunge. Same thing on the way back down. We bring it down, we turn it out, bring the hand down. As we pull this foot through, we keep those hips high, so we're still staying engaged here. Softly lowering down, bringing it down to the elbow, and then all the way back down to the floor. Like I said, one more time, we're gonna add that weight. I'm gonna switch back to that first side. Like I said, a kettlebell or dumbbell works. Same side as that knee is bent, that arm is up tall. We're just adding a little bit of resistance here, so the core has to work a little stronger. Here we go, we're bringing it up to the elbow. Nice big exhale, staying out of that shoulder and coming up to broad collarbones. Exhale brings us up to that hand. We then put that pressure through the hand and the foot to bring those hips up, make that space. This arm is still up nice and long towards the ceiling. We're putting this foot through. Then we're finding our next exhale to come up, turn that foot out so we're nice and stable. Up to tall with our lunge. Reversing it, same thing, back down. Turning that foot out down to the hand. Bringing that foot through, hips stay high. Nice and easy, lower down, down to the elbow, and then back all the way down to the floor. And there you have your Turkish get up. Good way to kind of practice that mobility from coming up from the floor. We've got a couple different ranges of motion, lots of core work, especially as you increase that weight, and still also working through the legs for our lunges, and then through the glutes for that bridge so that we can pass that foot under. Thanks for being here with me today. Have an awesome rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time.